guys, welcome back to Nikel's Food for the Soul. So again, I'm Sheikah Brown and this is Nikel's Food for the Soul. Today is Friday, so it is date night. COVID have us all down where we don't go out as much. You always supposed to keep love, fun in your marriage, in your relationship, in your household. So I'm going to show you guys how to bring date night, whether it's between you and your spouse or including your family, but tonight is all about that sexiness with your spouse. I'm going to show you guys how to do my version of surf and turf. I have down here, I did get a chance to go to my butcher. I get excited when I go to my butcher. But I have some boneless ribeye. I have some I have some plump. I'm about to say juicy and plump. Some plump shrimps with asparagus. I did my own homemade chimichurri sauce. All the ingredients would be in the description. Don't forget about that. I just want to spare you guys the details. I showed you guys already how to season the shrimp in my last video. You can go look at my lobster and shrimp video to get the actually instructions step by step. Pretty much to sum it all up: shrimp seasoning, Cajun seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, kosher salt. Basically, I showed you guys how to do the asparagus as well. Excuse me, in one of my old videos. So you guys can go to look at the asparagus dish and get the step by step. So I already pre-seasoned these guys, as you can see. They're already pretty much seasoned and ready to go. But I haven't showed you guys how to season my steaks. So I'm going to pretty much, like I always tell you guys, if you use pretty much some of the same seasoning, the only thing I added extra in the seasoning is steak seasoning. I think I had two different types of steak seasoning. I have the Longhorn steak seasoning because I love their steak seasoning, and I have the Montreal steak seasoning as well. But everything else is basic, what I always use. I told you guys, if you use the same ingredients, you'll always have it on hand. In my chimichurri sauce, I have some fresh herbs, parsley, oregano. I have some shallots, minced garlic, red pepper flakes. That's the base of the dish. And again, like I said, I have all the ingredients in the description bottom. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to all of my supporters. My book was published yesterday, and I've been given overwhelmed with support from my viewers and from the people who support me. I thank you guys. I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. This is the first cookbook, many more to come. If you have a problem with the link, because some people did, reach out to me and I'll text it to you or email it to you. I will get it to you. But overwhelmed with support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. That's my cookbook. Nikel's Food for the Soul cookbook has been published. I'm so humble. So thank you. I will also have the link to my cookbook in the description bottom below as well, along with the recipe for date night dish tonight. So I'll try to get a little sexy. My husband approved, but you know, I'm trying. Date night is at home tonight. It's Friday, so I'm gonna show you guys how to bring date night to your home. I'm gonna go a little fast. Again, I always say if I go a little fast, too fast for you, the ingredients will be in the bottom, and you can always replay and watch again. So right now, I'm gonna start with the rib eye. I have a little seasoning. What I did in the beginning, I pretty much coat the rib eye in kosher salt. I let it the kosher salt sit on here, so it can kind of get into the steak. One thing about this is the New York boneless strip steak. It don't take much seasoning, so I coat both sides with kosher salt and let it kind of marinate in it. Then I rinse it and wash it off. Once I wash it off, I kind of just threw on some olive oil, because another key to a juicy steak, you want to have I'm doing it on the cast iron skillet. You don't want to have that cast iron skillet really too wet with like olive oil or any type of grease or anything. You want to put that in the steak, because if you put it in there, once you put the steak in the cast iron skillet, it will splash back on you. So the key is to put the olive oil or whatever you cook it in on the steak and let it marinate. So again, that's why you see it look a little juicy. I put the olive oil on the steak versus in the cast iron. I told you guys what happened here. I'm going to cover and coat my steak. Again, it don't take much for the boneless ribeye steak to suck in the seasoning. Too much seasoning would be too much seasoning. So I'm going to flip it and do the same. And you got like tons of seasoning building on top of building. You're gonna have, I did a homemade mashed potato. I spared you guys again. I did that a little earlier because pretty much it's the basic mashed potatoes. You can follow the instruction. You can get pre-bought mashed potato and follow the instruction on the mashed potatoes package. I think I showed you guys how to do homemade mashed potatoes before. If I haven't, don't worry. I will show you guys very soon. So, but it's just basic. You can do your own homemade mash, or you can make it, do the pre-store-bought. It's the same. You just boil the potatoes for at least 30 minutes. I do. Until they are fork tender. You add in your milk, your heavy cream, whatever cheese you're using. I use grated Parmesan. You can do chives and scallions, a little garlic salt, garlic powder, and bam, you have the best homemade potatoes. So I already have that going on. The steaks looking very good. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, so hands washed. Again, over here, I already pre-seasoned the shrimps and the asparagus. These are jumbo shrimp, so if you want more shrimp than that, please feel free to get more. But because these are jumbo shrimp, I'm cooking a little less. I'm gonna show you guys. I want to start with the steak first. I have the pan. I had it up a little higher. I cut it down because it was starting to smoke before I was ready for it. So I'm gonna let that come to a heat. But in the meantime, as you can see, and that's pretty hot. These are, let me sit this down. These are the homemade mashed potatoes that I did earlier. I have in there scallions and shallots and chive. Fresh, all of them fresh ingredients. If you don't have the fresh ingredients, don't get intimidated by it. Just use what you have. I want this pan pretty much medium to high because you want to get a good sear. And then I'm going to stick it in the oven to let it finish off while I cook the asparagus and the shrimp. But I have a blackened Cajun seasoning on this, so it's going to be a little blackened. Don't get this made. It's not burnt. It's blackened. You're going to hear it come down. When it goes in, that's what you want to hear. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start my grill. I'm telling you, I'm in love with this grill. Make sure you guys are careful with the cast iron skillet. I'm going to start the grill. It's not ready yet. But the steak should sear on each side for like 3 to 4 minutes. Don't move it. So I'm going to let that sear while it comes up to, I should have cut that on earlier so you guys don't have to wait. But I'm going to let that come up to a good temperature. Don't do that at home. I do it because I'm a professional. I want to put down the asparagus first. I showed you guys how to grill the asparagus before. You can grill them. I was going to throw them in the cast iron skillet, but they'll get the steaks time enough to cook. If I just kind of throw them on here, you kind of like want to let them not crowd them. I have so many because we love asparagus. We be fighting over them, so I cook the whole bag, a bunch, or you know. So I got them down. I'm gonna throw in the shrimp a little later because we all know it don't take long for shrimp to cook. So I'm gonna kind of like just space these out so they can all. I'm going to actually move them down here so they can all pretty much cook evenly. I'm going to make sure. Okay. As you see, they're cooking pretty nicely. If you don't have an indoor grill, a stovetop grill, you can do this in the cast iron skillet, or you can do it on the flat top. Whatever you have. You don't necessarily have to grill the asparagus. I like the look of the asparagus, but you don't necessarily have to grill the asparagus. It's been about, I think, 3 minutes. I'm gonna kind of, yeah. So as you see. Flip it. You see the sear on it? That's what you want to see. This one's a little thicker. This is my husband's piece, but it still got a nice, and he hit his stomach, or his tummy. So when you flip it over at this time, this is when you want to kind of reduce the heat down to low to medium. You want to throw in your garlic butter mixture. And this is just butter and garlic, minced garlic. When you do that, you kind of like move it around a little bit. And then you want to throw in your spreads. I have thyme and I have rosemary. I want one on each. And then, I thought I had a little more. But I'm going to throw one of those in. I want to throw it on top. If you guys don't know how to baste food, you kind of tilt it a little bit. I'm going to cut it up a little bit. You kind of tilt it and you baste it. That's how you do it. You just make sure those fresh herbs get entangled or infused with everything. Again, so it's cooking nicely. You got your fresh herbs in, your thyme, and your rosemary. And I'm going to let this continue to cook. I'm going to stick it in the oven. I'm going to check on the asparagus. And when I come back, I'm going to throw in the shrimp. And I'm going to show you guys where it should be at this point. So I have removed the asparagus. You see that nice grilled look and texture? That's what you want. And I ate a couple of them, and I'm gonna eat one more just for you guys. Oh my God. I can eat that myself. So, can I have one more? Okay. Hubby's shaking his head no. He said I'm eating up all the asparagus. So now I'm gonna do the shrimp. And I removed the steak, as you see, and I placed it in the oven. Cause hubby like it well done. I did mine medium well. That's the thing about the steak. I told you guys I mention every time, ooey gooey. I get all this ooey gooey sauce. I mentioned when I was doing my chicken recipe that you can't do chicken medium well well. You have to cook chicken all the way through. But steak you can. You can do well, you can do medium well, you can do light well, whatever you want. So hold on. Take a look at this shrimp with the cake. And we all know it don't take long for shrimp to cook. So I'm gonna leave it on there for like 2 minutes. That probably will for some of y'all time. But anyways, it don't take long. I want to get a nice grilled seared, because this is surf and turf. And by the time I flip these guys and they be ready, I'll be putting out the, ooh, that's hot, the steak. I'm just stirring back up my homemade mashed potatoes with scallions and chive with the heavy cream, Parmesan cheese. So that's going to be amazing. And a couple of more minutes for that. In the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday afternoon. Again, this is date night. Make fun, have fun, role play. I might do it later. He got me dressed up like he called me a zebra cat, I think. Oh no, he called me a cheetah. My fault. I'm just trying to be lazy sexy, if there is such a thing. So, you guys have fun, make it into a fun event. Or if it's a family event, you can't do that until you go upstairs and put the kids in bed. But I'm going to flip these. Oh, looking absolutely beautiful. And again, I'm going to let these guys cook for like 3 to 4 minutes. In the meantime, of course, you should know, you want your steak to rest before you cut into it. So I'm going to take the steak out. Feast your eyes on that. Once you take the steak out, I'm going to remove them, but I'm not going to cut into it. Because you want it to rest, because if you cut your steak too soon, you're going to lose all the flavorful juices. So take a look at that, guys. This is just your steak coming out. We want that to rest for a couple of minutes while the shrimps, they're finished cooking. And my smart vent hood microwave would not go off. I guess to them it's still hot. So the shrimps are looking fabulastic, my word. Fabulous and fantastic. Fabulastic. I'm going to turn it off while the steak resting. I'm going to start plating. And of course, don't forget, I have my chimichurri sauce over here. And I love my small plates because we're trying to watch our weight over here. So I'm going to get a grip on this pan first of all. And I'm going to spoon my homemade mash on top. That's my husband's plate. I'm going to get the smaller one. And then I'm not going to cut the steak yet, but I want to give the steak a few more minutes to rest. So I'm going to add my asparagus. I'm coming right back to you guys. I took my shrimp off so you can see how they should be looking. Nice, plump, and juicy. So, while the steak's still resting, I'm going to add some asparagus. Like I said, you guys know what you want to see when you eat, so fit your plate accordingly. My style don't have to be your style. It's all about making my dish your dish. I'm gonna leave that a little bit for my dad. So I'm going to plate. It's hot. My steak on top. Hubby, you want me to cut your steak up? No? Leave it whole? His is probably too big for this plate, but I'm going to place it on top so you can see the asparagus. I want the juice. I'm all about it. And I'm going to place 3 shrimp, as some people say, shrimp, on top. This is already looking like a sexy dish. Date night in the effect. And to finish this off, your chimichurri sauce. You just want to drizzle it. Don't take much. You just need just a little sauce. And you can add some later if you want, because this sauce is the bomb. I don't think I'm going to put that over there, but that's okay. So, this is surf and turf. I have my boneless ribeye steaks. Yeah, I got it. My juicy plump grilled shrimp and asparagus with my homemade mashed potato with scallions and fresh chives. Sexy date night. This is a $100 plate that you would go pay for, but you don't get as much fulfillment as you get here, as much love and attention that I'll give you. Make this. I'm telling you, you'll have your boo saying, woo, what? Baby, whatever you want, I give it to you. My husband making funny faces behind the camera, so he's making me laugh. Stop it. Because he said he can't wait to eat. He's telling me to end this video so he can eat. So I'm going to speed it up. Make the dish, the script, the ingredients. See, he got me distracted. The ingredients will be at the bottom of the description. We're about to chow down. We're about to enjoy this meal, watch the movie. It's really a date night here at the Browns. So make sure you check me out. Like, subscribe, share, comment, notification. Check my cookbook out. It will be in the description. If you have any questions, any suggestion, hit me, shout me out. I love shout outs. I shout out all the time. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting. We're about to, one more last chance. You're going to get full off this picture, but one more last chance. My surf and turf ribeye boneless steak with juicy plump grilled shrimp and grilled asparagus over my homemade mashed potato with green scallions and chives. He's making me laugh. Anyway, love you guys. Until next time.